how to really balance your masculine and your feminine energies. We bristle at the designation of certain qualities being inherently masculine, for example, aggressive, dominant, and others being feminine, that is, being intuitive and caring. What shifts that paradigm, though, is the understanding that those polarities can be completely divorced from our construct of gender, and that we all contain myriad, often dynamic combinations of both. Are you running too much masculine energy? Maybe you're not aware. Or a little too in touch with your divine feminine? What does that even mean? Hi, this is me, Jyotika Bedi, founder of Happiness is Love. Yin refers to the feminine energies in life, and Yang refers to the masculine energies in our lives. Giving is an action of our divine masculine, and receiving is an action of our divine feminine. And a balance of both energies is when we feel harmonious within. It's simple, yet oddly challenging to achieve. Of course, we're talking about universal energies. They're commonly associated with gender. I am not referring to gender at all. We're all born with both yin and yang energies. We all have the potential to lean more towards one polarity or the other. I was very curious to understand and know, and that's why I'm sharing this with you. I realize no one will ever attain a perfect balance of both energies. However, we all present with a greater dominance of one or the other. And I have curated for you 4 classifications, which are general guidelines to assessing these energies in a fun way and using them to create harmony in your life and within. We're each unique and special, as we all are, so you are likely to relate to a majority of the listed attributes, but not all of them. So there is a word of caution. Or you may find yourself resonating with multiple categories, and that's okay too. Pick and choose what works best for you. So let's begin. Greater yin. This is about as feminine can be. This energy is associated with stillness, nighttime, intuition, creativity, and a lot of feelings and senses. Is this you? You feel it all? You feel things sometimes even before actually understanding them. You have a bleeding heart and tend to side with the underdogs. You may require more alone time than most. It's possible others have sometimes labeled you as needy or too sensitive before. You may not necessarily be an introvert, but you are likely to exhibit more introvertish tendencies. What are your strengths? Let's talk about your strengths. You're great at being vulnerable, honest, transparent, and authentic. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? It's nearly impossible for you not to be in your integrity. You're wise and sometimes pensive and have the ability to connect deeply with any person or any situation. When your energies are in balance, most people feel special in your presence, and that they feel totally seen, they feel totally heard, understood, and supported by you. The imbalance. You're such an empath, you can easily be an energy sponge and take on more energy from your environment, more than you can actually take in. This can be very, very disempowering for you. This doesn't serve you. You're especially in tune with parts of the day that hurt your feeling. Even if just a few minutes of an entire 24-hour period didn't go your way, you're likely to ruminate over those few moments and those few minutes rather than feeling powered by the entire glorious day you just had. It's like your mind is being held hostage sometimes by your own feelings, by your own emotions, your inner critic and cyclic thoughts. Remember how the yin feminine is stillness? Too much stillness can feel isolating and lonely and can lead to staying in unhealthy relationships, personal or professional, for too long. It can also be mentally and emotionally exhausting for your friends and loved ones. While they love and value how real and vulnerable you are, they may start to feel responsible for your happiness, for your well-being, and the resentment of your sadness. They don't want to pity you. They think far too highly of you for that. So what are the tools? What are the strategies that I have for you for balancing this? Meditate, journal, have a good sleep hygiene, take a nap during the day, take time out for yourself, set aside time to feel your feelings, to do the repair work. This is your superpower. Cry just to cry, throw an adult temper tantrum, or dance it out. The key is to set aside daily time for this practice and get ahead of those feelings. For you, feelings are like a portal to your intuition and your internal navigation system. This offers you helpful feedback as well. When you don't set aside enough time for them, that feedback may come in retroactively, as it may take you longer than most of the process of what just happened. So just make sure that you prioritize yourself on your calendar to use your feelings as foresight and not hindsight. Create space for your feelings. Try to schedule just 20 minutes, blocks of sacred space, once to twice daily. For me, it's mornings or before work, or an afternoon recalibration, or the evenings in between. Switching gears are all great times to tune into you, to check in with you. Giving will put you in action and offer you your power back. You will reclaim your power. Give, but with boundaries. Volunteer, help a friend out, or practice random acts of kindness. Stop asking for advice and forfeiting your power to others, and just start tuning to your intuitive power to empower yourself. When giving more and taking less, you're elevating your energy from your second chakra, your feelings center, where insecurities are stored, to your heart chakra. Your heart chakra is your love, your abundance, your compassion and kindness center, where unity, cohesion, and a sense of belonging really happens. You're going from isolation, worries, and problems to connection, to more confidence and solutions. The lesser yin. Next is the lesser yin is slightly more fluid. Composition ranges from 60% to 80% yin, 20% to 40% yang energy. Is this you? In general, you're pretty well balanced. You're sensitive, you're curious, and likely more creative than analytical, and more introvertish than extrovertish. You're self-aware and you're able to go with the flow. You may also sometimes find yourself surrounded by more dominant personalities that tend to take charge. They tend to lead the way. Your process is always yours. Sometimes slower than others, but it's your journey of self-discovery, and you appreciate truly connecting with it. You're enthralled by this process, which is your own process. What are your core strengths? You create a safe space everywhere that you go. You're fluid with your feelings, allowing other people to explore their feelings as well. You often advocate for those who aren't advocating for themselves, even if you don't always advocate for yourself. The imbalance. What is the imbalance? Rolling with the punches is rad for as long as it's making your life easier. If it leads to too much self-sacrificing, self-abandoning, self-sabotage, maybe sometimes it's not going to catch up with you and eventually will not serve you. It will feel like bitterness, resentment, like you're being taken for granted. It's okay to express your wants and it's okay to express your needs. They're just as valuable and important as anyone else's. You may have a tendency to jump to assumptions and make up stories in your head rather than asking for further clarification. Different strokes for different folks is a quote that I absolutely love. If you don't understand where a person is coming from, try to take their words at face value and respect their way of being. Offer them a little bit of credit as way of offering yourself some peace of mind. So what I'm telling you is, let it go sometimes. What are some of the tools and the tips and techniques for balancing? Creative projects are fun for you, as they can be just as insightful as they are productive for you. While you do value simply sitting with your feelings and having a deep meditative session or journaling practice, you're also into forward motion, resolutions, and measurable outcomes. The creative process can be a perfect mirror for your spiritual growth and evolution. Whether you're learning the choreography of your favorite song or making a new handmade coffee mug in a pottery class, plan to get time for yourself and have something to show for it. This is important to remember. Give back to yourself first and foremost. Carve out time for your creative energies, for your creative juices to flow, your creative endeavors as well as self-care time, because you need both. The creativity will honor your yang and the self-care will honor your yin. You've got a great balance of both, so honor it, celebrate it. Once you've replenished your well, give back to others. A little goes a long way in helping you acknowledge how powerful and significant you truly are and how much you're capable of impacting, influencing change. Boundaries are also a big deal for you. Without them, your need for self-care may bleed into your relationships, and so you'll get your feelings hurt a little too easily. Take space for yourself and take notice of how much easier your relationships get, how much less you actually need from them, and how much more you're able to offer in them. Boundaries will also help you assess who gets to sit at the table and who does not. So this will really serve you. Next, lesser yang. Now you're moving into the dominant yang, masculine energy, 60 to 80%. This type is a little more extrovertish, active, and dominant, with a tendency to move through life at a faster pace. Is this you? I think this is me too. You're open-minded and kind-hearted. You expect a little more from life than most. This is me. You tend to be passionate and playful. That's me. You're into being creative and dreaming big with a healthy understanding of pragmatics and limitations. That's me too again. You're future-oriented, goal-oriented, and great at accomplishing goals without taking yourself too seriously or getting too bummed when the stars don't align. What are your core strengths? This is literally like me talking to myself. Everyone seems to be drawn to you. You're curious and you're always learning and growing, and that's why we do the work at Happiness is Love, because I am addicted to learning. You have this knack for finding the magic in people and in experiences. You make life look easy. You have a lovely balance of fierce and flow with a great sense of adventure and a healthy work-life balance. There's way too much life out there to discover, to limit yourself to just one area of interest. If this is you, I feel you, because this is me too. The imbalance. You've got a little extra yang, the cosmic creation energy in you, which is me too, and if you don't use it wisely, it will turn against you. Despite everything being great and bright and shiny, you may feel trapped, sometimes stuck, or even anxious. You may even feel ungrateful for all your blessings and sabotage a healthy job, a healthy relationship, because it just seems too peaceful. I've experienced this. What are the tools for this balance? Nurture your never-ending curiosity, your innocent sense of adventure and desire for growth. Join classes, get into something new. I'm talking 1 or 2 new hobbies each year. I've started drumming and I've started learning Zumba dancing. Maybe it's a foreign language for you. Learning how to invest in cryptocurrency for you. Whatever it is, you will ultimately outgrow it and you will need something new, because that's what drives you. Plan for this so it doesn't surprise or upset you. Create a bucket list of all you wish to do in your lifetime and see how many of those you can accomplish each year. Add in some adventure and it will reduce the drama in your life. Prioritize it just as much as you prioritize self-care. Just because you're often the life of the party doesn't mean it's your social responsibility to go to every party. I learned early in life. I have said no's to a lot of social commitments. Just because others feel close to you doesn't mean you're always obliged to reciprocate the feeling, and it's not rude. You can always let others know by being honest and authentic. You're the kind of person everyone wants as a bestie. Do yourself a favor and be your own bestie first, and choose other besties according to how much value they add to your life, not how much value you're adding to their life. You don't have to be a slave to your own magic. I learned this the hard way and now I'm honoring it. Honor it with healthy boundaries and send your fans some psychic love. Next is the greater yang. This is as masculine an energy as it gets. Greater yang energy is assertive. It's sometimes aggressive. It's goal-oriented, accomplished, and dominant. This energy is associated with daytime, activity, action, vision, and power. Is this you? You're a boss, and you know it. Everyone knows it, actually. You've always been a natural leader. It's likely the kids on the playground assigned you that role even before you could even cognitively process the magnitude of your strengths. You're a fabulous problem solver. You think big dreams, and shift energy in a big way. You get bored otherwise. What are your core strengths? You can hustle, and how? Without feeling burnt out. You can move mountains. You often save the day. You're totally trapped into the bigger picture, and you're fabulous at keeping your eyes on the prize. You're all mind over matter, and what a beautiful mind you truly have. You likely have a pretty robust constitution and hardly ever get sick. Though when you do get sick, it slightly knocks you out completely. My husband is this. You've been blessed with a little extra energy, with a little extra motivation, with a little extra drive. You think fast, excel, grow faster than most. What's the imbalance? There's always an imbalance. If you're not already referring to yourself as type A, I'm sure others are. It's easy for you to feel failed by or be disappointed in other people. People may not even bother helping you out because they know you'll do a better job than they will. They may get easily intimidated by you and not share really relevant, important information that could be impactful to your relationship with them. Is this happening to you? You know what you want, and you've got the energy and the drive to make it happen. So you do. This hustle comes very naturally to you, but you likely aren't giving yourself enough credit for all that you bring to the table, for all that you do. It's very common for greater yang folks to overextend themselves and do all the things for all the people all the time. You give too much and you don't receive enough. Even if another won't complete the task as well as you would, let them do it and reserve your energy. I tell my husband this all the time. You know you'll have plenty of opportunities to exercise your power. Save that energy of yours. Save your energy for those that count the most. What are some of the tools for balance? Can't nobody stop a star from shining. Lean and learn from your strengths without apology. The sooner you start to own them, that you're a strong, benevolent leader, the easier it will be for others to follow suit and help you out once you start owning it. What's cool about you is that while you were born with all this cosmic consciousness that has you totally winning in life, you're also a sweetheart and not trying to win if it means others lose. Trust that everyone wins when you take charge, when you take control. It's a position of great responsibility and it's not for everyone. I'm here to tell you, don't be afraid to delegate either. Let others pull through, let them show up. Let them fall, let them fail, let it be a reflection of them and not you. You cannot personalize it. Also get comfortable watching people fall, watching people fail, fall apart, make mistakes, and make totally unpreventable mistakes. It's the only way they learn and grow into their better versions of themselves and become better able to support you. Maybe it's not that everyone else is so incompetent, but it's more that you're ultra competent. So before judging others or feeling let down, slow your roll, my dear. Take a moment to explain yourself and your expectations. Teach others how you work as a way of inspiring them to rise. Repeat after me. I am a great giver and an excellent receiver. My question to you, what are you? Greater yin or lesser yin? Greater yang or lesser yang? Please tell me in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. The reason why I made this video is because I'm so curious and I would love to know, what are you, which energy are you operating from? And are you able to find that balance for you? Please comment, because we at Happiness is Love truly care and we are here for you. And if you're struggling, we are here for you again. Because we believe that together we are stronger, together we are better, together we are building a better tomorrow. Stay tuned for more. Keep smiling, keep shining, and keep inspiring.